You are watching the sea trial of a new ship. For the first time, she is being put to the test. Many tests. Zigzag turns and spiral steering. Maximum power, full speed ahead. A sudden reverse to full speed astern. But the sea trial of this new vessel tests more than routine handling. For this is a very special ship. The first one of her kind. The only one of her kind today. What makes her different? Perhaps you've noticed one clue. No smokestack. A ship without a smokestack. How can this be? What does she burn? What makes her go? The answer to these questions, the reason for this ship's unique value, lies behind this insignia. Beyond this symbol, released from within a special furnace called a nuclear reactor, lies the enormous energy of the tiny atom. Energy which can propel her 14 times around the world on a single fuel loading. Energy which is silently, safely, and instantly controlled through the flick of a switch, the turn of a knob. Yes, this ship is truly different. For this is the world's first atomic-powered merchantman. This is the nuclear ship Savannah. The first cargo passenger ship to be powered by nuclear energy, the NS Savannah, is a true pioneer. For she brings to the seafaring world new flexibility and freedom. But this modern pioneer had her counterpart in history. A brave but tiny vessel which she honors in carrying this golden model and in bearing her name, Savannah. This was the SS Savannah, first to cross the ocean using steam. When Captain Moses Rogers sailed this ship from her home port of Savannah, Georgia on May 22nd, 1819, the cheers of many were ringing in his ears. But in spite of her smartly trimmed accommodations, there were no passengers. Who would dare sail from the sight of land next to a boiler full of steam? And there was hardly any cargo. Wood and coal to feed the hungry engine took up almost every bit of space. Her 25-foot paddle wheels were retractable, withdrawn to survive the pounding of a heavy sea. Her smokestack swiveled to deflect its sparks from her sails. This was the first Savannah, introducing a new era of power in America's conquest of the sea. Through the years, the use of steam power was to grow. Great effort and ingenuity went into the design and construction of new ways to harness and control steam. The paddle wheel gave way to the propeller. Engines grew in size and power, changed in design. The fuels, wood and coal, gave way to oil. As America's fleets changed in type and tonnage, her ships increased in size and speed. And her growing merchant marine, providing increased trade and commerce, became a vital force, improving the nation's economic life, her way of life, and her relationship to the world. Then came nuclear power. Men planned and worked toward the use of this new source of power. the tremendous heat which could be released from the splitting of the atom. Nuclear energy. Here was a fuel ideally suited to ship propulsion. A source of energy which, measured in pounds instead of tons, could send liners around the globe, deliver shiploads of cargo directly to the most distant ports. With the birth of the atomic age, this dream was to become a reality. Within an atomic furnace, the tremendous power bound up in the nucleus of an atom could be released and controlled. And certain types of reactors could be successfully placed into a ship. The first merchant ship to sail under this new and mighty power would be America's seafaring showcase of the peaceful atom. She would be the nuclear ship Savannah. Proposed by former President Eisenhower, the Savannah's construction was subsequently authorized by Congress in 1956. She was to be a prototype of nuclear merchant ships and a demonstration of the dependability and safety of atomic power at sea. Her design was of utmost importance. The most exacting standards of both the Maritime Administration and Atomic Energy Commission would have to be met. The positioning of her reactor received careful consideration. It would have to be easily accessible, yet completely isolated by its heavy shielding. All these requirements were amply met by George G. Sharp Incorporated in the design of a ship that would be as sleek and attractive as she was efficient and safe. A ship that would accommodate 60 passengers